Norm and I first met when we were actually both at a wedding. I had a few too many drinks, and just right, I don't know, it was at the reception later in the night. I guess he works nights, so he was going to leave, and for some reason, she was like, Carlee, come here, like, I want you to meet my cousin.
I was just getting ready to leave, I think, yeah, and I seen Caitlin Swire, my cousin, so I went over, and then Carlee was standing there and just kind of catches your eye, the little blonde. She kind of seemed 10 feet tall, even though she's 5'5" to the most, probably, or 6. No, she had a great, we didn't talk a whole lot, and she gave me a hug when I left, so I guess I must have smiled all right anyways.
I didn't think anything of it, but then the next day, she was kind of messaging me saying, like, he was really interested in maybe getting your number or something, and she said, man, sparks were just flying between you two. To be honest, I don't really remember a whole lot. He feels kind of silly because when we actually had our first date after that, he said, do you even know what I looked like?
I remember teasing her about it, and I think I said, do you remember what I looked like that night? And I finally got it over. No, not really. Which is fine, because first date was great, so that's the biggest thing, right? And we met on a bridge. She wanted to go for a walk with this big galoot.
And he was parked on the other side, and I was parked on the way other side, so we had to walk to meet each other. So it was fun because I was walking towards him, kind of like, I don't remember what he looks like, and I'm trying to put the pieces together, but just like how he walked over, again, he just looked so confident and like just a strong farm man.
And I told her to wear loose clothing. Of course, she wore tight pants, but she wore a baggy shirt. Her dad's, I think, flannel blue shirt or something. And she had these funny boots on.
He had told me to kind of wear really loose clothes because he wanted to get to know me. He didn't want to be distracted by my body, which I thought was kind of nice because he admitted it. He said, don't wear anything tight and like just wear something loose so I can really get to know you.
No, it was a great date. She had a little picnic basket and she kind of led the way, and we went for a big walk and then put a blanket out.
We had a picnic under the stars in some random farmer's field, and it was awesome. And then it was unfortunate because he had to go to work that night, so we kind of, that's how it ended. But I'm sure if he didn't go to work, we would still be out talking under the stars, right?
I remember, one other thing, she asked how old I was. Because I think Katie told her I was a little younger than I was. She said, how old are you? I said, you guess.
I was like, oh, 26, 27, and he laughed, like giggled. And I was like, what?
I started laughing at her. I said, you better put a couple more on that.
I know that after the first date, I gave him a little peck on the lips.
And then I think, on the side of the curb, I was beside my car, and then she was in between us. And she reached up for a kiss. So she was trouble from there on. I guess good trouble.
Yeah, he held back a little bit, but I didn't.
Something about her that night just kind of was a spark, right? Just take your time. Some people, I don't know, I just felt the way it should have been with Carlee anyways, so go a little slower.
So my favorite qualities would be, like, Norma's just so patient, and that's huge for me because I have a big personality and big emotions, and he's like perfect for me in the sense that he is patient and calm, and he lets me be who I am.
She can be really bubbly, kind of laid back, lets things kind of roll off her back most times. What else? Well, there's lots to list about her. You go on and on. She's just friendly. She seems like, like I said before, 10 feet tall, but she's not. But she comes off like it. She's a big linebacker for a football team. She'll clean everybody out. But
he just looks at everybody in life and says, you know, I don't know what they're going through. I don't know what they're struggling. But he doesn't even try to be. Like, it's real, raw, and authentic. It's just who he is by nature. He doesn't judge people. He's so welcoming.
After 2 months of the relationship, I kind of had a good feeling that she was the one.
Something that makes me laugh. It's kind of weird, but he has like really bad allergies, I think. And so his ears are always itchy, and he does this thing with his throat. I don't even know how he does it, but this part of his chin moves, and I just think it's the cutest thing. I always call him a little frog when he does it.
She laughs at her own jokes. She's always barefoot. She probably did this in bare feet. Her bare feet are always brown or black. She's always washing them because it's got to scrub them because her toes, her big toes are about this big, and they're as black as Gunner's feet sometimes, and she laughs about it. She can walk across gravel. I don't know how she does it in bare feet.
And the one time we were getting out of the car and he threw his socks at me and he said, "Sock in the face!" But he's just so innocent. Like, I looked over and he's just sitting there smiling, and like, you just can't help but laugh when he does that kind of stuff, because it just reminds you like to just kind of let loose and have fun.
I guess we're both bad for this one. We both pick our nose a little bit. But she flicks hers once in a while. I remember in the car the one day she flicked it. I said, "Where'd you flick that?" "Oh, it's on the door of the car, it's fine."
Norm proposed in the field, or no, in the forest.
I told her to come on over. She kind of knew something was up. So I was halfway back to one field and there was a bush beside it. So then she'd come over with Gunner, then I took a few minutes to shut the swather off.
And he jumped off the swather and he just started walking for the forest. And so I thought nothing of it because I came over with Gunner, so I thought maybe we're just going for a walk.
I talked to her a little bit and I just started walking towards the bush. And she kind of followed and talking and I just kind of kept walking along my way.
And we walked from the field over to the forest and he's just beelining it. But I think I was still talking about my day. So I'm still do-do-do-do-do. And he's kind of like, he was a man on a mission. So then we got to this little cabin that his dad had made when his dad was like 14.
And then my sister kind of added on to it. And then she put a roof and everything. There's a little door about this big. We went back there, I think, on a date. Probably when we first started dating. We haven't been back there since. I was walking, kind of marching a little bit. And she goes, "What's going on? What are you doing?" And I finally just kind of started talking with her, kind of sidetrack her. And I said, "Here, you just go in there."
So I walked in. And I was just starting to look around, and then he yelled like, "Carlee!" And I was like, what? And I turned around, and he was down on one knee.
I just knelt in the door. I said, "Will you marry me?" Real fast. I said it wasn't fast, because it felt like forever when I said it.
He thinks he was on a knee for like 20 minutes, but it was like 5 seconds, and he just blurted it out. And so then I burst out laughing, and I went down on the ground and joined him, and I gave him a big hug, and I said, "Of course." And then I said, "Could you have said it any faster?" And he said, "What? I've been on my knee for like 20 minutes.
And then Gunner kind of squeezed in beside me because there's a door like this by this. So I just reached, I think she has a picture on her phone. And I just showed her the box and she grabs it. Yes!
And he asked me to marry him. I saw the ring and I guess I was really excited. So I put it on my finger. It's like I took it out of the box and put it on my finger.
I said, "I was supposed to want to put that on your finger." And she finally let me do it.
So then I took it off, and it was kind of nice because he put it on then. I'll remember this forever. Like in the field, and the sun, it was close to sunset, so the sun was just shining on the ring, and I gave it back and he put it on all slowly. So it was really special.